All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to Torchlight Infinite. Has been a little bit, but here we are. I just took down Traveler 7 with Iris. Here you are, rank 3. These guys did a pretty good time, in my opinion. Both of them playing Lightning Magus, so that's something that you should look into if you're playing this character. But my own build, it's a little bit different. And that's what I'm going to talk about here today. So, I'm playing Fire Spirits Ultimate Magus. First of all, this is the damage I took it with. It has a little bit of a ramp. First, the damage is just a little bit low until they get the full bloom, the ultimate form. And then you see the big numbers coming up. There you go. So this is what we were working on. So that's something that you can gauge on how much damage you need to kill the T8 Traveler. Probably if you're doing consistent 110, 120 million, then you wouldn't have much trouble with it. This one is a little bit inconsistent at the moment, but it's very spiky and the clear is not too bad. So this is the kill setup. Let me show you the clear setup, which I think is it's much smoother to play with. So first of all, I use Preserver here for the movement speed. I also use a blink skill here with Magic Dash, cooldown, and quick mobility. And the rest is pretty much the same. Instead of this, this approach is for maybe try to get into T8. I don't know. I will need to give it a try. But for T7 mapping, I'll show you without radical order, which is using swiftness instead, and no conversion. So just full life, full ES. And instead of force start, I was using the HP recovery one, but right now I have a lot of energy shield. I have more ES than life, so it kind of does make sense to use force start instead. So let's get into just a map. So you start channeling Windwalker, or what's the name of this one? Run with the Wind. Start channeling Run with the Wind as soon as you start a map. This has a drawback of making you take more damage, but it produces nourishment stacks much faster than what is this?
Long time.
Hopefully something decent out of this. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, this produces nourishment stacks much faster than the other one. So this allows the minions to enter full bloom ultimate form faster and retain that form. And also, the nourishment stacks also increase their damage, right? Or in this case, their ultimate cooldown and damage as well. So that's why Run with the Wind is better in this case. But I can see a scenario where if you have enough cooldown reduction, and by enough I mean an absurd amount, that's something that can probably only be obtained at the moment with Ultimate Embers, then you'll be in a better spot even with that one. But I don't know if you still generate enough stacks with the other traits with that amount of cooldown reduction even.
Perhaps we can befriend once you've turned to death.
Oh, we got a Void Embarkment. I wish I've got the Iris armor. I really want to use that one. Because to get into T8, I want to go into armor instead of energy shields. There you go. So as you can see, the map is fairly quick with this one. The damage on this is 50, 60, something like that, for T7, but probably not enough for T8, especially now that they buffed their HP. So Let's get into the setup real quick. I'm gonna go into decent detail, but not too much. These at the moment are very cheap, so if you can snatch them for 1 or 2 FE, this was 10, 12 FE, this was 1 FE. And it's just like 6 or 7% additional damage on top of what you get from the original aura. This one is just level 20, but I'm getting a lot of levels because they buffed the iris scaling with levels. It makes a lot of sense to focus on getting as much as possible up to level 40. After level 40, you don't have to worry too much about it, but yeah, try to get to 40. And what we're doing here, we have it here because we simply cannot. Maybe if I go into Seal Conversion, then I can put another aura here. Probably I can put Swiftness again here, or maybe another Magus, but I don't know how to make that work with Damage Magus with this Iris. With the other one, it's much easier because you can, because whatever main skill you have, you go into that one. I think is how it works, but with this one, I don't know, it's weird. So we're doing LA Fusion, LA Duo, Control Spell, Grudge, and Savage Growth. The reason we go in Savage Growth, I'll go into detail when I go into the straight section. Dazzling Bloom is basically the best empower skill we can use alongside Nourishment, which is mandatory. Blink for mobility, either Force Start or Life Source, whatever base you're doing. And I think both Scorch and Timid are basically the same thing here, except that the minions have an aura that deals damage over time. It's not a hit. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it does get boosted by Scorch, and sometimes that aura just takes out trash mobs around. So that's why I prefer Scorch over Timid, but you would definitely go Timid as double course. And yeah, definitely that's something that will be done in the end game. So you can see I don't have a candle yet. The gear. So the gear, this amulet is new. So this is good for ultimate. It gives you a +1 level, additional damage, and they're immune to elemental damage. So that makes them go into recovering very, very rarely, almost never. These belts are from the League Mechanic. I snatched this one for like 1 FE, so get yours as fast as you can. A horn ring. This is a pretty well-rolled one. This was like 5 or 6 FE, less damage taken, minimum minion damage, but very high minion crit damage. And these minions scale crit very well because of their empower skill. Then just this that isn't completely crafted, as you can see, because I ran out of Matchless Ember, so I'm missing a mod on this body armor. This one I just crafted rapidly to kill the Traveler. Mining Fusion, I dropped ones with +2. I sold them, and I kept these ones because they have maxed out movement speed instead. You just want the levels. That's it. And here the basics. These ones scaled with both strength and intelligence, so getting both here is good because it's a multiplicative value. And then some resistance everywhere. As you can see, I'm capped on resistance. Even without the preserver, I'm capped on resistance. And then here, the usual, right? Minion attack and cast speed, minion crit rating, minion elemental damage in both, and either strength or intelligence, whatever you get, should be more than fine. Let's go into the memories. I had purple memories because I was doing Black Sail. Black Sail, however, is bugged right now. It's crashing my game, so I stopped doing it at all, but not before getting at least this one, which was pretty good. We're going to why later, amazing friends. So originally, I think this is, let me unequip this to see how much it is. Yeah, so original, they need to get 40 stacks, which if you have Wrong with the Wind, you would know that this generates 2 stacks every second. So 2 stacks every second means that that is 10 stacks in 10 seconds. That means it takes around, how much do they need? They need 40 to reach full bloom for 12 seconds, right? That means that there is not 100% uptime on full bloom until you start upgrading this. So you can see it takes it from 40 stacks to 35 stacks, and so on and so forth. So that's why I went with this as my first level 30. Then this one just intelligence, meaning damage, and some energy shield. I couldn't get this one to plus, but I don't really care about this one. The max nourishment is good enough, and the shield mana. If you go low life, you don't need the shield mana, and you can do this instead for them to use enhanced skills a little bit more than their basic skill. And then you were using Run with the Wind. So this is the reason why I'm doing the Savage Growth support is because of this perk here that says that they change how Amazing Friend works. First of all, you're no longer limited to only one minion. You can now get 2 of them, so you don't have to go grab the passive that reduces your damage by 40%. You just already can run 2 minions, 2 ultimate minions, so that made them kind of double the damage. They reduced the chance for the minions to use the enhanced skill, so there goes the consistency, right? The enhanced skill deals more damage than the basic attack because they're not using it that often. Whenever they don't hit the ultimate, they're hitting like a wet noodle, and then they're actually doing damage once they do the ultimate attack. I don't know if the duration was changed, but this part is different, right? You get additional ultimate cooldown recovery speed for every stack of nourishment, so that's why getting +1 nourishment here is very, very good. And I wish this increased the nourishment stacks instead of the seal mana. I don't know if it does on later levels, but it is whatever. And another thing is that the Full Bloom now has this tag. I don't know if it had that before as well. Is that the attack and cast speed bonus are applied as additional damage, and the skill itself. I remember. Let me see where that was. Ultimate cooldown recovery is for nourishment. This one not per growth. So maybe I'm mistaken here. Yeah, maybe you don't need that much growth on them. So perhaps you do harvest time for more uptime on the empower skill, which will give them more crits. Grudge should still remain. So yeah, for the most part, that is the setup I'm running with. I'm gonna leave the code in the video description. Let me know. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the city 1 second to talk about it as well. So this, if you played Path of Exile, this is Settlers of Kalgur. If you're familiar with this. If you didn't, this is basically kind of like a city builder mobile game thing where you collect workers, you give those workers resources, and then those workers start bringing stuff back, with which you can further upgrade your base to get more resources to have your workers bring you even better stuff. So this is where you get, let me do it here, blending resources. So for instance, these belts, the +1 million level, you get from sending the workers, they will bring you back these belts. So I think I haven't actually done this. Yeah, I don't even have recipes. How do you even get the recipes? Okay. I guess I'll have to figure that out later. Yeah, blending affix, no recipe selected. Yeah, I don't know how this works. Maybe you get this as you level the city a little bit more. But in general, you send the workers. The workers will bring you back items, and some of those items could be these belts. And these belts are the ones that you're gonna be using to create the Omega GG belts that give you the additional traits. So for instance, for Iris, you have the opportunity to run, I think you can get Socialites as a trait. So you can have 3 minions with ultimate. Or maybe you actually get Amazing Friends and then you run Socialite manually, which is kind of bad because you get it at level 1, and as I mentioned, you really want Amazing Friends to be higher level, but it is whatever. Let's not Rumble. I'll do probably a separate video on the league mechanic later as I figure it out. What you should know right now is that whenever you see it on the map, you should be farming it to get the gold, and you should start putting your miners. So here are the miners, and you should start getting your cooks to work as fast as possible so you can accumulate materials. So you can see I have a bunch of, these are materials from miners, these are miners too, and these are from cooking. The cooks convert this into this raw materials into this. So you want to have the production running, even if you're not sending shipments, at least you're stockpiling on stuff, and you want to keep your city with money. So every now and then you come here. You can do this outside of the city too, inject the capital. And this right now, it says that it will run for a day because I'm not running the ships, and the ships consume a lot of money. Anyway, that's enough rambling. The traveler kill will be after this section, and thank you very much for watching. Let me know how the league start went for you, or how is it going, and have a great day. Bye.